This is every Vandal skin in Valorant ranked from worst to best according to my viewers. To start off, the Venturi Vandal is easily the worst. There is absolutely nothing good about it. This Vandal was okay at the start of Valorant, but it sucks now. I thought people liked this one more, but it makes sense why it's down here. I like this one a bit more than the .exe, but they're both pretty bad. I think the colors on this one look way too vibrant in a bad way. It feels like way too much. I love seeing this skin in game, but I'd never buy it. Seeing the fans spin around is funny though. This Vandal skin would have been cool if it had animations, but it doesn't, so it sucks. I like how simple this one is. It looks and feels pretty nice. I think it should be a bit higher up. This was one of the first green screen skins in the game. It was decent at the time, but nowadays it just looks awful. And if you're one of the many viewers who struggle with lag spikes and packet loss and you want a stable latency free gaming experience on console, you may want to try this. The Hyper EV gaming router, which was created by GearUp, the PC booster, has an anti-packet loss feature that actively works to reduce packet loss even in unstable network connections. It's super effective and has a super high success rate. Hyper EV will optimize your connection for smooth cross-region play, letting you play with friends worldwide, and using their gaming fencing technology, it will enable you to play with stable ping on tons of servers. With just the swipe on your phone screen, Hyper EV will also choose the optimal server for you, and it's the best gaming router you can get for under $100. Even esports team Exceed has officially launched its co-branded jersey with GearUp booster in FC24, so GearUp is completely safe to use and you have no worries of any bans. So with Valorant launching on consoles, equip yourself with the Hyper EV gaming router to tackle packet loss, unstable latency, and cross-region play issues by checking out the link in the description or pinned comment and enjoy a optimized gaming experience on both PC and console. Now let's get right back to the video. I think this one should be the lowest rated skin on the list. I cannot stand this one. This Vandal might have been cool if it was a part of a battle pass. Comet Vandal is pretty new, so I didn't think it'd be so low. It's not that bad in my opinion. This one's pretty good for a battle pass skin. I'd use it if I had nothing. Low-key, the Depths Vandal is pretty underrated. Every time I pick it up, it goes crazy. I hope anyone who owns this Vandal loses their next 10 rank games in a row. I really like the design and look of the guardrail Vandal. I think it looks nice. There isn't a single thing I like about this skin though. The colors look so off and the design simply just doesn't look good. Hivemind is an OG Vandal. Respect to anyone who still uses it to this day. I like the color theme they went for. It might have looked good with some animations though. It's literally the default Vandal with a green screen sunset on it. Does anyone want this thing? If you were able to change the variant on this like the original Prism skin line, I think people would like it a lot more. This should be honestly lower. What a bad skin. This skin reminds me of the Borderlands art style. I think it's a lot cooler than most of the other skins we've looked at so far. This one's a classic. I remember using it for a while. You don't really see it anymore though. The knife from this bundle was decent, but all the other skins were a letdown. The Luna Vandal is nice, but it's not really worth buying. There's definitely better Vandals to spend your money on. I don't know how this skin made it this far into the list. It is so bad. The only people who use this Vandal haven't gotten the Reaver to come in their shop yet. I like the look of this gun, but I see why people don't like it that much, and it doesn't have any animations. This is probably the biggest snub on the list. Mage Punk being this low is criminal. It definitely deserves to be higher than number 43, but to be fair, it is pretty clunky. I understand the winter appeal. Riot needs to make a better Christmas bundle though. The color scheme carries the Vandal. Red and black is such a great combination. I don't know how I feel about this one. On one hand, it's got some cool stuff going on the other hand, it's very bland. The Ruin Vandal is one of the cleanest looking battle pass Vandals in my opinion. I think the skin changing colors in the light and dark is pretty cool. Riot should make a better bundle out of this concept. This one's pretty funny with the art of the monster attacking the city. I like it. The Lux Vandal is super underrated. I'm glad it placed somewhat highly on this list. If this skin had animations, it would be my favorite Vandal skin. I love the blue theme. The Endeavor Vandal is probably the best budget Vandal in my opinion. It's only 800 VP and looks quite nice. I like how the animation on this skin moves. It's interesting to look at. The Wasteland Vandal looks kind of beat up. It reminds me of the battle scarred skins in CSGO. I remember when the Origin bundle first came out, literally everyone was spinning around their Vandals trying to one-tap people while inspecting. This gun lights on fire when you kill an enemy, so it's pretty fun to snowball kills with. There's definitely some recency bias going on here because the Bubble Pop Vandal is not that good. The Ego Vandal is the best looking reskin default in my opinion. The Sakura bundle was so well designed. It has very pretty looking artwork. This is basically the AK-47 from CSGO, except made for Valorant. I remember a lot of people went crazy over this skin when it came out, but I never see it anymore. Cryostasis is overhyped. I've never really understood why people like it. It's just the ice breaking when you shoot. The Overdrive Vandal has always felt like a worse version of the Glitch Pop Vandal to me. It doesn't do it for me. The shooting sound the Oni Vandal makes is my favorite shooting sound in the game, but other than that, the skin design is pretty bad and it didn't live up to the Oni Phantom. I like how the animation of the Valiant Hero Vandal being pulled out. Overall, it's a solid skin skin in my opinion, so I think the placement is fair. I think the Imperium Vandal has the coolest finisher in the game. I mean, a whole dragon pops out over the guy's body. That's pretty sick. And to start off the top 20 Vandal skins is the Neptune Vandal, also known as the Blub Blub. It's pretty cool to see the fish swim around inside, but the skin's pretty overhyped. The Ion Vandal is overall pretty nice, but I think it's one of the worst Vandal skins with animations. The Ion sound effect just works way better for the Phantom in my opinion. The Primordium Vandal is what the Crimson Beast wishes it was. I didn't like this Vandal when it first came out, but it's been growing on me the more I see it. And you can walk inside the finisher. The Obsidian variant on the Aim and Deer Vandal is one of my favorite color combinations in Valorant, but outside of that, the skin is pretty mid. I actually use the Champions 2023 pretty often because the purple glow is really nice and because I'm always top fragging. The RGX Vandal has fallen off pretty hard since about a year ago. I remember people used to swear by this Vandal and now I hardly even hear about it. I guess the release of newer Vandals got people off of it. The Elder Flame Vandal has always been one of the most different Valorant skins. Having a little dragon on your gun is pretty cool. All in all, it's a solid skin unless you're using it unupgraded, then we have problems. This is a bundle I wish I bought. Every time I pick up the red Chrono Void, I end up wanting to buy the skin. It had a pretty unique design by using an energy ball instead of a magazine. Pretty futuristic in my opinion. The Glitch Pop Vandal is still one of my favorites though. I'd say it's an OG skin at this point and it has some of the best variants in the entire game. The Sentinels of Light Vandal has always had my favorite pullout animation. The spinning looks sick. If you go back a couple of years, this skin probably would have made it to the top 5, but it's been pushed down the rankings by some newer skins. To start off the top 10, we got the Forsaken Vandal. The Forsaken Vandal as a whole has always just felt like it was an off-brand Sovereign to me, but I do like the green variant. It looks really nice. Coming in at the number 9 spot is the Ivori Dreamwings Vandal. Even though it's basically brand new still, it might be pushed up a little bit due to recency bias, but I still think this Vandal is deserving of being in the top 10. Just look at the cute little pet while reloading the Vandal. At number 8, we got the Zero Fang Vandal. The Zero Fang bundle was an instant success in Valorant, and I believe one of the main reasons for that is because the Vandal has a really nice pink variant. There's not very many skins in Valorant that have a pink variant, and a good one at that. The skin is solid. In 7th place, we got the Guy's Vengeance, also known as the Tree Vandal. I used this Vandal for like a year straight when it came out. It's one of my personal favorites. It doesn't really have any good variants, which I think is one of its main downfalls, but the base variant looks really good regardless. At number 6, we got the Prime Vandal. Even though it was released in the first bundle ever released after launch, it's still a fantastic skin. It's probably the best overall Vandal there is. It's simple yet well-rounded. Coming in at number 5 is the Champions 2021 Vandal. This placing shocked me the most on this whole list. I really didn't think that you guys like this Vandal that much. It is just basically a way cooler looking default Vandal, but it's pretty nice the way the word Champions and the skin itself glows. And in number 4, we got the Iraq Days Vandal. The only good variant of this Vandal is the red and black variant in my opinion, and I think that variant is so incredibly good that it makes up for the rest being bad. Number 4 is a great spot for it. I think I like this Vandal a lot. In 3rd place, we have the Reaver Vandal. This skin is pretty much the go-to Vandal skin for a lot of people in Valorant. The skin itself has one of the best designs Riot has ever made, and all the variants are amazing as well. It's a flawless skin in my opinion. The second best Vandal in Valorant is the Prelude to Chaos Vandal, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. The base variant on this skin is one of my favorite looking skins in the entire game, but other variants are good as well. And finally, the Vandal skin that my viewers ranked overwhelmingly at number 1 is the Kuronami Vandal. I probably would have ranked this one number 1 myself as well. This skin easily has the best variants in the game, and on top of that, the whole bundle is incredible if you manage to pick it all up. Here's a look at the completed tier list. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed.